Hey, what's going on? This is Matt Bowman, and this is another episode of Matt Bowman is Bothered. What's going on? How are you? We're here, and by we, I mean me, as always. Teddy on the ones and twos. And this week, I'm joined by a fellow comic and friend, Mr. Graham Cooper. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, there's the full 7 people that listen to this podcast. They're glad you're here.
Dude, I'm glad that they're there.
Yeah.
And they're here in spirit.
And, I mean, wherever they are physically, most of them are in America.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can look at the details of things, and, like, there's randomly, like, weens. There's weeks where there's, like, somebody, like, in fucking Sri Lanka or
Dude,
India.
What's up?
How are you? If you can tell me where Sri Lanka is.
Do you not know?
It's over there.
Over where?
Isn't it? It's on, is it like a nub on India?
I'm not going to tell you the answer.
I think it is.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like Qatar is to Saudi Arabia. Like, it's there, but it's just like a little penis hanging off the side.
And they're doing nothing wrong.
No, not at all. Qatar or Sri Lanka?
You know what? I don't want to...
Yeah, I don't want to start another thing, an incident or anything.
I don't want to get murdered by the Qataris, so do you?
Oh, boy. I am, how you doing? You doing okay?
I'm humid, or not, I'm sweaty, because it's humid outside.
Yeah, we were just talking about this before we started, and that's something...
Probably not as much as Sri Lanka. Good to see you.
No.
But,
dude, off mic, all we talk is Sri Lanka.
yeah. We're always just like, where is that?
Bonkin and Sri Lankan is the name of our other podcast.
That we don't release.
No, that is Patreon. It's not even on Patreon. It's so exclusive. You've really got
It's
to...
password only. You have to know a guy.
And you've got to be one of our closest friends.
We're the only 2 guys that know the password, and we don't give it out to anyone.
No, I don't, and I don't plan on it.
Yeah.
But we were talking, we're getting into something that bothers us right away, of that whenever you live in a city that requires a lot of walking, there are very few times of year where you are not sweaty to some degree.
Yeah, you always, wherever you're going, you show up sweaty.
Summer, obvious one.
Yeah.
It's hot as shit, humid. No, even if you're in the subway, it's terrible.
Anything in between seasons, any spring or fall, there's a cat climbing up the back of your chair.
He'll get there.
You show up sweaty because you're usually over-prepared. You're usually like overdressed, or it's like, this cat is hilarious.
He's
Holy
already
shit,
in there, dude. Isn't that fun? Hey, buddy. Joining the cast
Have you seen the
of Friends.
motion picture Cats?
No, I've seen people's reviews of it, though.
Oh, you should get really drunk and watch Cats.
Oh, okay.
That's how I watched it the first time. Was my girlfriend was like, "Have you ever seen Cats?" And I was like, we don't really know each other super well yet.
Yeah.
No, but so I don't really want to.
She's
like, no, trust me. We're going to get really drunk and watch Cats. And that's what we did. We did shots, and then we drank a bottle of wine, and we watched the movie Cats, and it was a good time.
I bet, dude. I just remember somebody talking about it on their podcast about when it came out, and was just reading the cast list, and then they got to James Corden, and James Corden's character's name was Bustopher Jones. Awesome. And it's like... That was an example.
Also was a version of that where they had genitals.
And they had to edit it?
They edited them all out.
I would have seen that movie in theaters 3 times with the genitals. What are you doing?
Being high for that film would be terrifying. Being drunk for that film, hilarious.
Great. Yeah. But that's a perfect example of a film where it's like, what ideas did they say no to? You know?
They're like, genitals? Yeah.
Yeah. On an animal?
And
yeah.
Taylor Swift? Yeah. Judi Dench? Yeah. And they're like, what about if we get Charles Manson to do a cameo? They're like, you know what? That's the one thing. We'll have to ask.
Yeah. Chuck. Yeah, it's not Chuck. Charlie. They call him Charlie.
Do they?
Charlie Manson.
That's good.
He's probably sweating. Well, is he dead?
I don't know.
I think he might be dead. He's either dead or they let him out.
No way they let him out.
Charles Manson. There we go. Yeah, super dead. Died in 17.
Oh, okay.
1917.
1917. Dude, that's one of my favorite movies.
He was born in Cincinnati? Holy shit.
Dude.
Wow.
Good for you. You ever seen 1917?
I have.
It's a fucking awesome.
I want to get back to. I'm making a mental note. I want to talk about being sweaty, but I want to talk about this. Have you seen All Quiet on the Western Front?
No, not yet.
Fucking so good.
Yeah,
I watched it with Leland, another comic in the city, and he said, and I tend to agree, that he likes it more than 1917.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's a better movie.
Fantastic, just brutal.
But 1917 is just it gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And it's not in German.
Fucking good. And it's just so well done.
Yeah.
And such an interesting story behind it of how they had to make it.
Mm-hmm.
They just, because it's all, I don't know. It's not interesting for me just to explain how they made this movie.
What? How it's like almost one shot, but they made it look like all
it's
one.
Almost one shot, but like some takes were like 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have sets. So they had the actors come out to just big empty fields and walk and say the lines, do the scene, and they measured the distance and then built the trenches around how long it took them to say the words.
Oh, that's cool.
Which makes sense, but it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And so these actors were rehearsing this movie for months and months and months, like a play, instead of just, they show up to set, they built a set, and now they say their lines. It's like, no, they were in it since the beginning.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then were any of them actual Germans?
No,
I wanted to say something funnier there, but I didn't have anything.
Sam Mendes, tricky guy to work with. No, he won't allow Germans anywhere near his set.
Well, okay. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And, that's not true. But there's no way to prove otherwise.
No. Shawn, who's the gay singer? Shawn Mendes? Is that a person?
Do you mean Sam Smith?
Thank you.
A completely unrelated guy?
Not even close to the same. Well, it's kind of close to the same name, but whatever. So yeah. What'd you say? Oh, I'm being told by my producer, which is my girlfriend who isn't remotely a producer, that some people suspect that Shawn Mendes is in fact gay.
Matt Bowman is bothered can confirm that Shawn Mendes
might be gay. Graham Cooper, as an openly bisexual man, how do you react to this news?
Neutral.
I'm not totally letting him in yet, but no, I need to see his piece first.
I mean, look, I'll welcome him. I'll welcome him in more than one way.
Hey, pause. Sweaty.
It would be sweaty.
Gay sex is sweaty. No, but yeah, well, I think there's never a time. Like winter, you don't think it, but you're sweaty. You're
going to go wherever you end up, you're going to be sweaty because you show up in a bunch of layers. Within a minute, you're going to be sweaty. You get on the train, you're going to be sweaty. You're walking fast, even in the fucking cold.
You're not leisurely walking when it's 25 degrees outside. You're hustling.
I think a lot of it for me is I wear a backpack. And that adds extra like friction and insulation. And so just whatever the weather, my back will be sweating.
Always. Yeah. Oh, like having a backpack in the summer is the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I mean, obviously just like pits and a little bit of whatever, but like then you just got a rectangle on your back that is just a fucking, it's Florida back there.
Well, mine's in the shape of a swastika.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the...
It's the new Yeezy collection of backpacks.
Do you think he's seen 1917? Or...
That's actually who turned me on to the movie.
Was Ye?
I was talking to him, and he was like, Brother Graham, I think you would really like... Brother. That's just, it's not even like a religious thing. That's just what he calls me. It's like his nickname for me.
Yeah.
It's a long story. It's not even worth getting into. It was like at a Wendy's. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
And he told me, he's like, I think there's this new movie. I think you should see it 3 times in theaters. And that's exactly what I did.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think there was like originally when he started going a little crazy and like saying stuff and like getting kicked off, I was kind of like
in 2004.
Yeah. No, I mean this most recent swath
yeah.
of where he was saying a bunch of wild shit. I originally was kind of like, hey, fucking it's okay. Not that it's okay, but I'm just like, all right, he's crazy, but let's not overreact here. And then every other day, he just keeps doubling down.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
It's
all
like
right,
if he
dude.
stopped a few months ago, people would be like, all
All right.
he had a moment.
Yeah.
We'll let him recover. And then he just kept getting
going.
more and more and more insane.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, it's legitimately dangerous what he's doing.
It's not like
And it's fucking crazy.
it's so crazy. Like I started, I was like, okay, maybe I guess
sad,
this is
you know?
weird. Okay, but he's saying some crazy. Okay, that's fine. But then just like when he went on, when he was talking, when you go on with Alex Jones and you have his butthole pucker up, then you're like, what are you saying right
That
now?
of Alex Jones, like, rolling his eyes at Kanye is fucking hilarious.
Oh, you're breaking new ground there, Copernicus.
To go on a show like that and you're
You're the crazy guy.
yeah, that's fantastic.
That's amazing. And he just looked like a villain out of a fucking Incredibles movie. Where like, why the full ski mask?
Did you see the child support settlement?
No.
He's gonna pay Kim Kardashian $200,000 a month in child support.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't make the rules.
I understand, but that's very dumb.
No, they both have insane amounts of money.
Sure.
He definitely less than he
Yes,
did
a little bit
months
less.
ago.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's very dumb. What's her argument?
well, she's got the kids most of the time.
That's fine. But why that still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
he's
like after
gotta
a certain
pay-
threshold, the
It's like,
court
yeah, she can afford to do it on her own, absolutely. But you gotta pay some of that.
sure.
Can't
What
put
if the
that on
judge
her.
was actually just like a Yeezy collector and like he's just pissed because his stuff has lost so much market value recently?
I just think it's insane, like that's the amount of money. They're like, these kids require
Over-
200,000, and not including. I don't even think that includes education and security.
That's wild.
That's hilarious.
Do you? I mean, it's got to be a percentage of his income or what his. That's how they probably have to calculate that. 200. That's insane.
Or they just kind of look them up and down and go, 200.
200,000. Okay, like he's insulted if it was $200. He's like, whoa, I can handle more than $200.
You know, I've got something that did bug me recently.
Okay.
It was funny. Is my girlfriend
Talk
she said
yo
to me-
shit.
She said to me, down the road, I'd like to learn how to cut your hair.
Okay.
And I was like, down the road, do you think we have no money? What are you fucking talking about? Do you think in this Depression era cartoon you imagine us living in that like $60 a year is going to make the difference?
It's just there's just a line out the door of your apartment, just in a tenement building, of just like, and then there's no sound, just you just hear like, just like it's not even scissors. She's fucking biting your biting
We're
the
just
hair.
cooking beans over a garbage fire. And
Right.
like, you know where I get this haircut?
You're not even roommates, just other families live with you. Just like the Johnsons, the Coopers, and the Sullivans all live in one apartment.
She cuts everyone's hair.
Dude, have you ever thought about how like that? Well, one, that definitely used to happen, especially in New York City, but just like how bad a city like New York must have smelled in like 1904.
Yeah, I mean, there was horse shit everywhere.
That I saw a video. I just recently saw that like the reason that there's like steps up to the first floor,
The brownstones.
yeah, is because there's shit everywhere.
Because
The road was shit.
the rich people, which is a hilarious move, I think. Wrong, but hilarious. To be like, we have all this money. Should we use it to clean up the shit from the streets? No, we'll just be 6 feet above it, and that's enough.
Yeah,
Like, you guys, you're still smelling it.
yeah. And it's like, because there's not air conditioning, the windows are open. That's the only way that like there's any sort of a fucking. Well, that was like, I don't know if they were doing it that recently, but it used to be a thing like in cities where like, hey, I don't need this anymore. Fucking throw it out the window. Like it's just out the window.
Everyone treated everything like that's episode of Always Sunny where the gang buys a boat and they have to clean out the boat, and so they're just throwing everything overboard.
Is that the episode where the ham is out? Like they find a
Rum ham?
Yeah,
No, that's a recurring
Oh,
thing.
that's
That's
a different
multiple. That's yeah.
that's all right.
I got another thing about it's about apartments in New York that annoys me. when I came here today, I was like, I don't have anything that bothers me. I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
And then you're just around me for 5 seconds.
And I'm like, I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah, I'm just running a little hot.
No, there's I just remembered this. There's an apartment near me. There's a guy who lives like a few blocks from me, and I walk by his place sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a ground floor apartment, and huge windows, like one like huge window at the street level, no curtains. Usually has the window open.
Yeah.
And like that's
bars
fine.
on the window?
No.
Whoa.
No.
Spicy.
You know what's crazy? Because it's like a big apartment.
Uh-huh.
It's like a nice, like loft-looking apartment.
Yeah.
And the dude, I swear to God, has 6 monitors set up at a desk. He must be like a day trader or something, because it's like he sits at a chair and there's 6 huge computer monitors. And he's got all these like funky lights and big TVs. And I'm like, you don't have bars on your window. You don't have curtains.
Uh-huh.
I've walked by multiple times where he's like just like having dinner with someone or having people over. Most recently, I walked by, just was in just his boxers. And I'm like, we're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm on the street in a coat.
Yeah.
And you're inside.
There's this much glass.
It was cracked.
Yeah.
It was open. It was like half open.
Damn.
I was like, what? Good for you. I mean, like that confidence, but also, are you an idiot?
Yeah. Those are every time you walk by, you're almost just like, those are technically my computer monitors.
Yeah.
Like they could
I can touch them
so quickly become my computer monitors. They might as well be mine.
I'm not going to break into your home, but someone
will. Dude, I live in a 4-story fucking walk-up apartment. Somebody broke in. You probably saw it on the way in, that somebody broke through the window the other night.
Damn.
At like 4 a.m. to try to, and not to try, they stole packages from the little lobby in our apartment.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, and this is that's not even an apartment. That's just the lobby of a building.
Yeah, and it wasn't open.
No, like, and that was also like that happened. That had to have literally had to have happened at like 4 o'clock in the morning, because I came back. It was Friday night. I was coming back from hosting a midnight show at the Pear.
So you probably got back here. What?
I got like
3,
2:30, 2:45.
Yeah.
And it was fine. They weren't doing it. I didn't do it. But it's so like when we woke up the next morning, Sam.
Did you do it?
I did it.
I know.
But to be honest,
Teddy saw everything.
Ted, word, he's asleep.
Dude, this cat is the most asleep.
Dude, he is just conked out. But with Christmas or like with packages, like
that's
what a gamble.
Yeah, you're a gambling addict too. You're not just like what's the word for when you're addicted to stealing?
A kleptomaniac.
You're a kleptomaniac and a gambling addict.
Yeah.
Because it's like real life loot boxes on fucking video games where you take real risk, in some case money, in some case now you're stealing, and you don't fucking know what it is.
No, it's probably you are risking going to jail for probably cat food. Like if you stole our package, it would be wet cat food or fucking like Tide detergent pods.
Ooh, but what if it's an iPad?
Ooh, yeah. Which in that case, that's not something that they drop off. They generally require a signature, or they won't deliver it. It's not like a fucking.
UPS don't do that anymore.
It's not like Storage Wars, which is a stupid premise. But at least with that, there could be like a bunch of valuables in there, or anything.
You know what they do now
on Storage Wars?
No, so similar to Storage Wars. There's these big companies,
storage whores,
and you open a locker and there's just a series of women in there, and you go, get out of my storage unit. No, I don't know. And no, there's all these big companies that Amazon, Target, whatever, all these huge companies that do reverse logistics. When people return things, a lot of the times it's cheaper for these big companies to just sell it at a crazy discount rate to like a third party and be like, you fucking deal with it. We don't want to take the time to check everything, add it back to inventory if it's good, or deal with it if it's not. So you just deal with all of it. And then what a lot of these companies do, they put like things on pallets, and then you get to Storage Wars style bid on a pallet.
Oh, that's cool.
And you don't totally know. You can like see the outside of the pallet, but you don't know what's in it. And so I've seen like YouTube videos about this recently, and it's these like people that will bid on these pallets, and some of them are pretty profitable.
Yeah.
Most are not. And
Yeah. Most is a bunch of... Well, think about the shit that you send back to Amazon.
Yeah.
Like, it's not anything that's crazy good.
Pro tip, you can get a free mattress from Amazon if you really want to. You can just tell them, hey, I don't want this mattress anymore, and it's still within the 100-night guarantee. And they go, okay, here's your money back.
Right.
That's it. They don't come get it because they can't put it back in the box.
Yeah.
If like I bought a Casper mattress and I was like, I hate this because I didn't like it. It was like the cheap one.
Uh-huh.
And I should have bought like the mid-tier one.
Sure.
And they're like, here's your $1,000 back. And I was like,
no questions asked?
You shouldn't be?
That's pretty sick.
And so I just
Why don't you
sold the mattress.
do that every time?
I got the money back and I sold the mattress, and then I bought.
Who did you sell it to? Did you sell it to
mattress.
an acquaintance or just a random
Just a
person?
stranger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
It's
To
basically
buy a
new.
mattress from a stranger?
Basically new. I was like, I had it out of the box for like 2 weeks before I was like, I hate this.
Sure. But I guess he's just taking your word that you had it out of there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You could probably tell that it wasn't like an old
I wasn't
mattress.
selling it for $700.
Yeah.
It was like, I have my money back. I don't care what this sells.
You're just making a small profit off of it.
Yeah.
With a free mattress. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice. If you guys want to fucking do that. Well, I mean,
but don't do that to small companies. That's not nice. Don't do that.
No. Graham, there's no way in the world that Graham works for a small company that does e-commerce.
No.
Definitely not. There.
I will deny it till the day I die.
You can't make me admit it.
But what I will say, hypothetically, if I did work for a small company that does e-commerce, it's fucking annoying when you return shit. Because we're not Amazon.
Yeah.
This genuinely
it's Graham.
It's hypothetically, if I worked there, that company is not Amazon. It's so small that you think like, who cares?
Graham cares.
I can just lie and say I never got my box.
Yeah.
And then I'll get my money back. You know what that's fine to do too? Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't care. But you know what it's not cool? A hypothetical small business.
You know what? So that happened. Speaking of the Amazon, when I worked at a marketing company back in Ohio.
Chick-fil-A?
No.
Oh.
No, that's a different type. They're marketing for Christ. This is just marketing for other small businesses. But we... somebody at the office, I don't even remember what they were buying, but they meant to buy, they ordered something, but instead Amazon really fucked up and sent them like 25 copies of how to make crafts out of cat fur balls.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't even, like, that sentence sounds made up. I swear to Christ it's true. And
Wait,
so,
like, okay, like you make your own fur ball out of the cat hair you collect with like a lint roller, or is this like, those fur balls your cat pukes up? Use those on your fridge.
you can do a couple, both.
Are you fucking shitting me?
100%. And so she had 25 copies of this book, and so she just was like, I don't want them, and they don't want me to send them back to them for the reasons that you explained.
It's just cheaper for them to not do that.
And so me and my friends were like, we're gonna fucking take all of these, and that was just everybody's gag gift.
That's
like
hilarious.
For all of our different friend groups was just there was at least one of, I think we might even have a copy of it somewhere here still.
That's great.
It's so funny, and it's it's by this woman who's just clearly deranged and has too many cats, and it's very sweet, but also just like, I think you need help.
Yeah.
That this is not a normal activity to be participating in.
Did you get a Christmas present yet for your girlfriend?
We're doing
Swallow your water. That's okay.
Yeah, we agreed that we don't have a lot of money this year, so we're not really going to do gifts. We're just going to go to a nice dinner together. That's
nice.
what we're doing. Yeah.
That's what I would have liked to do.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend told me yesterday, she was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but I found the perfect gift for you."
Ooh.
And I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
I'm excited to get it,
Mm-hmm.
but also I've got to match that now.
Yeah.
I was probably just going to do the same thing you guys were doing. I'll be like, "What? I don't know what. You don't like things." And she doesn't. She doesn't like getting a gift.
She had bone broth for dinner last night. She doesn't even like solid food.
That's because of her tooth.
Yeah, she got a tooth problem.
She's getting it fixed, and it's just like $12,000. And
Thanks, Obama. Just keep saying that for the rest of our lives.
So now I've got to get her like a really good gift.
Have you ever had that the other thing where like you're convinced you got the better gift and then they give you their gift and you're like, fuck, that's a better gift?
No.
Oh, I've done that to Sam. Thought she had that with me. Like
Mostly
our first year of dating, she thought she had me for our 1 year anniversary. She got me a somewhat vintage Manchester United kit that I really, really loved, and it's a fucking banger gift.
That's great.
But I got her tickets to see My Favorite Murder live in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry, and we also got a weekend Airbnb.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, and I crushed it that year.
She really killed it with my birthday this year. I killed it with her birthday the first year.
I think her parents really killed it with her first birthday, like when she was born.
Oh, they weren't there.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, someone was.
Yeah.
But, I killed it with her first birthday. Her birthday we did together. Her first birthday we were together. I'm trying to remember what we did. We did a hotel somewhere. I don't remember. We've done hotels a couple of times because I'm a hack.
Oh, I think I know what she got you. She consulted me on the one gift.
This year?
No, the one you've already been to. The cool ass Airbnb place.
Yeah, that was my birthday earlier this year. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And we got to go there.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with that other than saying that place looks
We went to and if you're listening from Sri Lanka, there's a place called Queens, New York.
Yeah.
And it's a magical place. And she got us an Airbnb
filled with too many pizza places and Greek people.
It was just in Queens. It was like in like Forest Hills, Queens. And because Airbnb, it is basically a separate city. But Airbnb was like, get ready for your trip to Queens. Yeah.
You're just on 14th Street in Manhattan. Yeah. You're like, ooh, somebody gets to take the M train.
We took the F to the last stop.
Oh, God.
It took an hour and a half.
Ew.
And that's how we got there. And it was this like apartment in someone's basement of their house. It was like a full house. In like rural Queens.
That blows my mind. Like, you ever go like further out into the like that there's
Queens.
Just
and there was like a pool inside this apartment. You go down the stairs, there's a pool table, there's a small pool that's heated, there's a bunch of mirrors, there's a bunch of funky lights and lasers happening.
There's a ball pit with pool. Everything was pool.
Everything was pool.
Yeah.
And there's like a weird sex dungeon room, and it's not like not in like a abrasive way, but just in like a 70s porn star way. And everything was very made to do psychedelics in, and that's exactly what we did. We did a shitload of mushrooms, and they actually went pool for a while.
I was gonna say, you actually went with 3 people. The one drowned in the pool on on drugs.
Real bummer.
But that's more Queens. Just someone drowning in their pool.
Look, that's what happens when you travel to Queens,
dude. But the outer boroughs of New York are like, well, like obviously Queens is a big, but like the outskirts of those boroughs. Or like I went to when I had to get a PCR test, and like they were only doing like the drive-through ones. I scheduled it through the city of New York or whatever, and they kept assigning me because I told them I had a car, so they were like, okay, you can go do a drive-through one. It kept on being in Staten Island. I went to Staten Island, and I saw signs there that said, "Please do not feed the turkeys."
What?
And I'm like, what city are we in?
What turkeys?
I don't. And then I was like, that's a fucking stupid sign. And then I get there, and then there's just a bunch of turkeys. Like, they're just walking around. I'm like, this is the same city as what I live in? Where am I right now?
You ever been to LaGuardia?
Dude, have you ever just...
gay?
Do you want to talk about this guy?
I met a crazy man recently, and we meet a lot of interesting folks in New York, and just being on the street doing comedy. Like, we're just always outside on like a carnival of a street. And this dude came up to me and started talking to me, and it's not even totally important, like all of the story, But at one point, he just goes like, "There's everyone in New York is gay. Like it's just getting to be too much." He's like, "It's great for me, because like women, they can't find a straight guy." And I was like, "I don't think that's true at all." And he's like, "With women, they can't find a straight. It's great for me. Like everyone's gay. Like I was just at LaGuardia. Everyone was gay." And I was like, "The airport?" It's like, "Yeah, everyone was gay."
Which is so fucking funny.
What are you talking about, dude?
Like everyone, the
also,
TSA
I don't
agents.
believe you were at the airport.
No, there's no way this man gets past security. There's no fucking way. But yeah, the airport, you mean like the guaranteed place to see Midwestern families on vacation?
Yeah.
All of them are gay.
Dude, everyone was gay. All of the emotional support animals, also gay.
Very gay.
Yeah.
Now, dude, I think that's something we can... Emotional support animals are a little fruity.
They're all gay.
Dude, the last time I was at the airport, this wasn't gay, but I...
Oh, then it wasn't LaGuardia.
Yeah, it was JFK, actually.
JF.
It was... I'll tell you definitely where airport wasn't. Newark. There's nothing gay about Newark, New Jersey.
No, you may not.
But I was at the airport, and the TSA lady... Oh, not even the TSA lady. It's like the person who just like checks your ticket and boarding pass, like to get through the first part of security.
Before you even get in a line, they go like, "You got a ticket?" And you go like, "Yeah."
No,
go,
that
right,
lady, that lady's, I don't know what to understand her purposes. Where it's like, "Let me see it." I'm like, "It's fucking whatever." No, the lady that like you have to go up and you scan the boarding pass and they take a look at your ID and they're like,
that's the TSA.
I guess that is technical, but it's not security. Whatever. That lady, it was really backed up, and so some lady comes over and she opens up another kiosk, but she prefaces it with, "I'm opening another lane, but I'm only taking single people." And I'm like, that's fucking sad. Just like,
That's hilarious.
I know what she meant. Like, just people.
But I support that. I hate when couples go up together.
Yeah.
Because maybe it. I don't know if it's any faster or slower, but it feels slower.
Sure.
Like it could be faster, but it feels like you're like a person. You just go to your own lane. This person, the government doesn't care that you guys are together.
No, now
even if you are married,
Yeah.
which like in some cases the government cares that you're together, but fucking go to your own lane.
Yeah. And
I leave my girlfriend at airport security. I go like, "You fend for yourself."
Yeah.
I am very good at this. I know what I'm doing. I have pre-check. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And I go and I meet her on the other side.
Yeah. If you have,
And she's like, "Everyone's gay."
yeah. She's calling you from the line. Graham, you wouldn't believe this shit.
I'm at LaGuardia. Everyone's gay.
Everyone's gay. It's crazy. It's exactly like my Nana pictured. It's just everyone. Have I ever told you that? Real quick side. My first open mic I get to in New York City.
Yeah.
Is at the Creek in the Cave, RIP.
Oh, everyone was gay.
Yeah, dude. Now that in the basement down there, probably. But I was there, and at my first open mic that I go there, somebody offers me poppers.
That's
which,
fun.
if you don't know what poppers are, it's a type of drug that generally is used by members of the gay community because it opens up their buttholes, or loosens.
Yeah, it just relaxes you a lot. It's like, and it's just a head rush.
Whatever. That is the known connotation with that. And somebody within 10 seconds of me being at this open mic, somebody offers me that, and I was like, God damn, this is exactly what my grandparents thought it would be. Where it's just like, everyone's gay there.
You want sex?
Yeah.
Drugs?
you gay? No?
Dude,
do you want to be?
Did you hear about Delta's new terminal at LaGuardia? Everyone's gay.
Yeah. But not even like in a negative way. Just everybody's just really having a good time and just like.
I mean, they got that fountain now.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
It's
pretty
good
fun.
shit, dude.
I just and so this whole recurring everyone was gay is just to point out the absurdity of this man being like, I was at the airport recently,
And
everyone was gay. And he just kept going on and on about like, yeah, there's just no straight dudes left in New York. So it's like, good for me. And I'm like, I don't think anyone knows your name, dude.
Yeah.
Which is sad. And
We've been talking for 15 minutes and you haven't told me.
He didn't even ask my name, and he asked me to run a podcast with him 3 times.
Inside of 5 minutes, maybe?
Like
10?
12.
Okay.
12, yeah.
That's incredible.
A reasonable amount of time.
That's incredible. And
yeah, that like truly unwell people in New York. And I mean, he was also just high as shit. I mean,
Sure. He showed you the drugs that he had.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I've been doing coke all night and smoking, and he showed me some like heroin he had.
Nice.
Like, I'm just trying to deal a little bit. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't. Okay.
Of course you are.
So he was really gone for the moment. You
Yeah.
know? But just to assert that everyone at LaGuardia Airport
Is gay. But then he asked you if you wanted to run a show with him too.
like a television show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that he assumed that you had connections to.
He asked me, he's like, you ever done like extra work on like a TV show? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you in the union? And I said, no. And he said, oh, well, I am. So I probably know more about this than you do. And I was like, then why are you asking me all of these questions? He asked me so many questions about how TV works.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what did you say? You just like, so like who on a movie set, like who's in charge? Is it like the director or is
wanting to be like he just kept wanting to be paid without doing any of the work.
Yeah. That guy sounds awesome.
Yeah.
He actually sounds like the American economy, if we're being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, Matt?
Was it a bridge too far?
It was a Bridgerton too near.
A Bridgerton
And
season 4 coming this fall.
Bridgerton too queer, and I just
For the straight guy. Which tell him the fucking his idea.
oh god, I worry this man's gonna like come kill me. Here's this. Which might be because he lives in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
No,
He's
told me,
the guy.
He told me, he was like, I have a great idea for a TV show. And I
Buckle up.
wasn't like, lay it on me,
Yeah.
pal. I was like, okay. And he's like, you know how there's Queer Eye for a straight guy? And I was like, that's not what it's called anymore, but sure. And he's like, what about Straight Eye for a queer?
Not even a queer guy.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Which is actually more inclusive,
yeah.
if you think about it.
For a
queer.
And I looked and I was like, okay. Like in my head, I'm like, that's the least original idea. Like as soon as that show aired,
Yeah.
1 million people made the same joke.
Yeah.
As in like the 90s, they're like 1 million guys were like, wouldn't it be funny?
If we did this.
And I asked him, I was like, okay, so what happens in it? And he goes, oh, I don't know.
So that's not even
I guess you go to like a straight bar. That's what he said to me. This okay. Now I remember. Now he's like, I swear to God, he was like, so you go to like a straight bar and you find gay guys, and you tell them you can wear whatever you want. And I was like, that is some excellent television.
Each episode is 45 seconds long, and 30 of which are getting your ID back from the bouncer.
You go to a straight bar, a thing that doesn't totally exist. It's only implied.
Yeah.
And you go like, are you gay? And they go like, yeah, but don't tell anyone.
Let's
and
be-
you go like, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah. Let's be honest with ourselves. If there was ever a bar that was like explicitly like, we are a straight bar, gayest bar in the city, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like that is just
It's full of closeted homosexuals.
and then like the one guy who's just like
It's
out
like,
of
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah.
Happy to be at a straight bar
Yeah.
for once.
Come on.
It's way better than LaGuardia.
Yeah. If you've been over there, don't do it. Too many people over there that like touching things, like dongs. They like touching dongs because they're gay, Graham.
No, I know.
You're not from, but you spent a decent amount of time in England.
I did. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I keep turning to camera like anyone's gonna watch this.
Yeah. Hey, dude, the last couple episodes have gotten 25 views on YouTube.
I watched them last night.
Nice.
Yeah.
In preparation.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Was it one with just me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even weirder.
Yeah.
In those episodes, my chair faces this way.
So yeah, I lived in London for 10 years.
Yeah. But you're not like a sports guy at all. You're not into
No.
soccer or football or anything.
No.
It's funny, like, so the World Cup is going on right now.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where is it? I bet it's a place that really likes
I'm pretty sure it's
LaGuardia.
like I mean, look, if I were the one picking, it would be, I don't know, temperate and
Yeah. Someplace where it
somewhere where you can like play
be outside at
play
noon.
football and
Yeah.
not die.
Yeah.
from either heat or being gay.
Yeah, and somewhere that has like, you know, an already existing infrastructure to support,
Yeah.
you know, new stadiums.
Did you see what Budweiser's doing? So they made.
Are they still making beer?
75 million euros worth of beer to sell at the World Cup because they were promised you can sell beer at the World Cup. And then days before the World Cup started, the FIFA and Qatar reneged on that deal. Like no.
Like the day before.
Yeah, hilarious. And so Budweiser's like, well, we made the beer and we're going to probably just sue FIFA for breach of contract. So we'll get paid no matter what. So what they're going to do, and I saw this on Instagram, so I'm not totally sure, is what I heard is that they're going to give that beer to the winning team.
Whoa.
Or like the winning country.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It would be crazy if like 12 guys got 75 million euros worth of Budweiser.
And
no way any of those guys drink Budweiser.
But also, that would be a way to start a straight eye for, or queer eye for the straight guy, and at the end of it, it is everybody's gay because they're all just so drunk. That was a funnier idea in my head, and I couldn't figure out the way to put the words together.
I don't know.
It's okay.
That's fine.
That's all right.
That's pretty fun.
But yeah, the World Cup's going on, but you didn't watch any of that.
I like the World Cup. It's like when it's something very big like this, I'm interested, but only in the same way that I am in like the Olympics.
Sure.
Like I don't know anything about any of these people,
Yeah.
or any of these sports. But it's fun to watch people be very good at the thing they do. Like it's fucking awesome to watch someone dive really well, but I have no idea how or why that's good.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way about like I don't know, like poetry.
Like, you're very good at this.
But I fuck if I know why.
Yeah.
Like you could show me the best poem of all time, and then also one that's like on the subway, and I'm like, these are the same. I don't understand this.
It's just, I don't know. Yeah, watching like footballers from around the world get together and do that, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. It's very like I don't know anything about the players. I don't really know anything about the teams as a whole. I know the rules of football, but soccer, depending, and I'll enjoy watching it definitely more than I enjoy watching American football.
Okay,
but it's also, but I still like watching like a big game in American football.
Sure,
like I'll watch the Super Bowl, or I'll watch a game if it's on at the bar. It's like an NFL game. I'm like, oh, it's cool to be like, wow, that was fucking good. Like watch someone make a really good pass or a really good tackle. I'm like, I don't care about this at all, but I know you're very good at it.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Sure, I like my favorite parts of like the English game are like the chants and the fans, because they are very funny compared to like comparing American like chants and songs and shit to British ones is absolutely hilarious, because like,
do Americans have any?
We have a couple, but it's essentially the derivative of like every American chant is like, we're gonna win together, we will win. We will win. Let's go, team. That's kind of the derivative of it. But
it's a
like,
beautiful poem.
It is. It's actually on the subway. And the British ones are just so fucking mean.
Yeah.
They're like literally like British chants will just be like, your mother's a slag. Your mother's a slag. She's a fat, ugly bitch. Your mother's a slag. And it's like, that's...
And this fucking play ball, dude.
Yeah, fucking circle the bases, dude. Let's go, dude.
The red arrows fly over after that.
I can't remember who they said something about, but there was one where they said, your forehead's offside.
They're just fucking 8th graders being mean.
It really is.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
But they come up with them so quickly. Yeah. Like a guy will be...
And then the whole crowd knows it so fast.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like there's some that are easy, like Robin Van Persie played for Manchester United and Arsenal, but his was like, oh, Robin Van Persie. Like that, okay, that's cool. But then like, ones where like there's... I know a lot of the ones from like, because I like Manchester United, so they have one where they're making fun of Liverpool, and it's like a call and response one. So like the one guy's just like, oh Liverpool is full of shit, it's full of shit, it's full of shit, some bullshit. Oh, Liverpool is full of shit. It's like that's
fucking
it.
Awesome.
And then they do the reverse for Manchester, and Manchester, they just say that Manchester is full of tits and pussy. Like,
wait. They're saying that, or Liverpool fans are saying
no,
that?
like they're saying yay for us. Like we have a bunch of hot women.
Fucking hilarious if Liverpool fans were like, yeah, we're full of shit, but
you have a bunch of ladies.
And like, yeah, dude,
it fucking rules, dude.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Unless LaGuardia is more your scene. Yeah. I want to open a gay bar called LaGuardia now. Yeah.
And since you're the owner, you're just the mayor. That's
I'm the mayor of LaGuardia.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor of LaGuardia.
Yeah. He actually was.
He was mayor.
Yeah.
And he was gay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who's to say?
Ed Koch. He would know.
Yeah.
Can
I say something about a name real quick?
Sure.
So Koch, Koch, right? Right? That's how you say that? That's how you spell it?
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
But not for like Charles Koch.
No. Words are very silly. Thing. But so like that one I understand, like Koch, Coke, that's how I can see how that's supposed to be pronounced. There was a guy, I think he might be in the NBA now, but he was at I believe Maryland a couple years ago or last year maybe. And his name
John last year?
John last year. His last name was Coburn.
Mm-hmm.
But they spelled it Cockburn. His last name was Cockburn. But they just did the biggest mental gymnastics of all time to be like, this is Coburn.
It's a real like Colbert.
Yeah, except this one has a dong in the first part of it. His real name isn't Stephen Cole Testicles. Like and they're like Cole Bear.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was a fun. Names are fun sometimes.
I went to school. I lived in London. There's a lot of different names happening. A lot of British names and Irish names are very confusing sometimes. Like a Neve. Mm-hmm. You know how to spell Neve?
I would say like Nieve or something.
No.
Not even close?
It's like Niamh.
Not even...
No.
With the
there's no v or
not even close.
Niam.
It's not a free-for-all out here, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah.
How did the British beat them up so badly, but still couldn't teach them basic English?
But then you had some kids, like I had a kid who, you're like, Irish are doing funny things. Maybe other countries are doing funny things. And I asked, there's a kid who's Iranian, and his name was Fardad. And I was like, maybe that's like going to be spelled with, no, just Fardad. You're like, oh, that's fucking, you nailed it.
That's right down the middle.
Perfect, dude.
That is right down the middle.
Exactly how you say that.
No, somebody was saying that like your name is like.
People say my name differently there. So I say my name Graham, sort of like a gram of cracker or cocaine.
Yes.
And they say Graham.
Okay. So
like
it's just slightly different.
It's a little higher in the middle.
Graham.
It's Graham.
Not Graham.
Not Graham.
Okay.
And I've even talked about this with Graham K, who he's Canadian, so he goes Graham.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking to him about it, I was like, yeah, people always say my name is Graham when that's wrong, and he's like, no, you're wrong. It's Graham. And I was like, it's my name. I do whatever I want with it.
My name's Lucy for all I give a fuck. Like,
and they would do it with everyone's name in the UK. Like I one time mispronounced one of my friends' names. Like a girl I didn't really know, and all of our mutual friends were like, you're an idiot, dude. Like I pronounced it Natasha, and they're like, no, it's Natasha.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, okay, none of you have ever said my name right.
Yeah.
And I'm
rolling
with it.
Dude, that's something that like I've talked about this before on here, and that does something that gets under my skin, where like that one is like very understandable because like you fucking nailed it. According to a whole country, you nailed it.
According to more people than you have,
y'all,
I fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you fucking has been. What is this, 1836? I don't think so. Get out of here. But like people that you meet for the first time, and yeah, that's a cat.
I thought it was like a hat.
No, that's a cat. That's a live.
I almost put my hand just on that cat.
He would have been very upset about that.
I bet.
No, but when somebody has like a crazy name, like not like they just have a really out there name.
Yeah.
And you try your best to pronounce it correctly, and then you don't get it right because obviously this is a new arrangement of letters for yourself.
You've never seen it before.
And then they give you like a bunch of shit for it. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get it wrong on purpose now. Like, I tried my best. I'm not actively trying to be a dick, but now I am trying to be a dick because you're a dick.
Stupid. This is just a new word for me.
Yeah, like obviously you know that your name is silly. Like, you know that your name is out there. So, like, quit acting.
Relative to where you are currently, yes.
Yeah, you know that your name is not Bob Stevens. So, like, fucking deal with it. I don't know.
Boob Stefan.
Boobs? Is there a Boob Stefan here?
It's Bob Stevens, you fucking idiot.
All
sorry, I've never
right.
seen this arrangement of words.
I did want to ask you this. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was fucking delightful.
Yeah.
And how dare you ask that in the home I was at for Thanksgiving.
Graham came to my apartment for Thanksgiving, so I want to get his on-record review of
I thought it was
Thanksgiving.
great. I thought the pumpkin cheesecake was definitely a highlight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the corn I made was definitely a highlight.
That did live up to the hype.
I know. And so people always get thrown by that. It's a corn pudding or a corn casserole, depending on how you describe it.
In some countries, it's pronounced Quran.
In some, but they're wrong.
Yeah.
And
on a lot of things.
okay. And one day Lauren is going to call me and be like, your friend Matt.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
We're out of time.
And it's not even like my recipe. It's like my mom's been making it for a while, but like she got it from the internet, and it's delicious. But it looks gross. It looks gross.
It does.
And it sounds gross.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucking delicious.
Yeah. It wouldn't win a signature on Bake Off, but
No.
they would say we liked your flavors.
Yeah.
They would definitely say we liked your flavors.
It's really good. It's corn. It's like Jiffy corn muffin mix.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet corn, creamed corn, a lot of butter, a lot of cheese, an egg, and sour cream.
One egg?
One egg.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
And that's to get it to like lift or something, right?
It's to like keep it all together.
Okay. I don't really know
And,
how baking works.
Neither do I.
I made some
just-
sugar cookies, but
Good for you, dude.
yeah.
I just been buying those eat or bake cookie dough and then just eating it.
Oh, the ones with the little designs on it?
What?
Tell me you know what I'm talking about, dude.
Oh.
The little, it's a Pillsbury. It comes in a sleeve. And they're little individual cookies that like they have like little Christmas trees on them around now, and then they have little pumpkins on them.
I've seen those.
Yeah, and then some of them like Kanye just put one out. They have little swastikas on them.
It's nice. It's good he's breaking into different industries.
Yeah. I mean, dude, with the trouble he's in, you gotta diversify. You can't stick to just one thing.
Diversification is his problem. Is his
He's very against that.
That's the problem here for him. It's such a shame. Yeah. So it's very good corn.
Yeah,
But
it was.
so Thanksgiving was delightful.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time.
I wish there were a way for me to have, reheated my food for seconds, but
There's a microwave.
there wasn't.
Oh, that's right.
There wasn't.
It was because we needed the space for the original food.
Yeah. Did you cook things in the air fryer for Thanksgiving?
I don't think so, actually.
Then why put away the microwave and not the air fryer?
I think the microwave takes up more space than the air fryer does.
But it's on a day of reheating, which is really what Thanksgiving is.
Is the reheat?
It's important.
Yeah.
We're all coming from different places. Yes,
Sure.
it was a good thing we were able to throw it in your oven, get things back up to temperature. But for seconds,
Yeah.
thirds,
Okay.
fifths,
Yeah. 11sies?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends if the World Cup is on.
Yeah.
You're gonna reheat things.
That's true. And I didn't.
I was fine to eat it cold. Don't get me wrong. Love it.
What did
either
you
way.
have cold?
I had more stuffing and more corn and
okay.
Some turkey.
Okay. So for next year, have the microwave. We should just have it just like out in a corner, just on the floor.
It should, it would be fine taking up a chair.
Yeah.
Would be.
Like, hey, we're going to compromise. We're going to take it away from the counter. We're going to take up a seat in our small New York apartment.
Yeah.
And we're going to.
But besides that, I had a wonderful time we had some fun people here, some fun games.
It was the highest turnout we've
Franklin
ever had.
died. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Here he just
He was here, and then you took him to the apartment in Queens and dropped his body in the pool.
In the pool, and no, he was really falling asleep for a while.
Dude, yeah, which is funny because he was like he had nowhere to be, and so I invited him to come here.
Yeah,
and then
he was just a real sleepy boy.
Yeah, well, he probably I think he had
up all night boning.
I think he had like 9 Coronas. So
really?
I don't know if he had 9, but
no, he had like a few.
When I got back, when I got there, like when I was like, "Ooh, yeah, I got some Coronas," there was like 3 left, and I was like, "I know, I only had 2." And
buddy,
that's okay. Frankie Mills,
love that guy.
Yeah, gambling addict extraordinaire.
He's stopping apparently. Yeah. Although he told me he's like, no, it's Thanksgiving. I get to gamble.
Yeah,
like,
which is exactly what a gambling addict
dude,
says.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Have you ever been like straight up addicted to anything?
Just
the game.
No.
I don't think I'm addicted to my phone.
I smoke a little too much, but I don't think that's quite at the level of like a horrific addiction.
No,
not even. I guess an addiction doesn't have to be horrific, but I wouldn't quite put it there.
No, I smoke a lot, but yeah, I don't know. Weed's an interesting one,
but it's not something that like if I don't have it,
that's
I'm, like,
the thing.
Craving it or like I'm like lost without it. Like I'll go away for a few days. Like I'll travel without it. And I won't smoke every night, and I won't. I don't know. If I don't have it, it usually doesn't bother me.
Yeah, 100%. Is there withdrawals with that? I don't think so.
Not really.
No. But yeah, that's an interesting one because it's like it's not I don't do it except when I'm like I smoke weed when I come home for the night.
Yeah.
I don't do it when I'm out. I don't really.
I don't do it when I'm out. Sometimes if I've got nothing to do and it's nice out, like in the summertime, if I've got no shows that night,
sure,
and I don't want to, and
exactly.
I don't have any plans, I will smoke and like walk around outside because it's really nice out.
Yeah.
But in general, it's like I'm in for the night. I've come home. I'll eat. I'll write or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm here to relax.
Yeah, because I'm
done for the day.
I never want to do. I've never understood the like wake and bake or do. It's like that's when it's like okay, so you have a problem with this.
Yeah, I don't do that.
No, I don't understand that. I also don't know how people. There are some of our friends, or like not necessarily like friend, but like acquaintances that we like and are nice to, that just fucking. I don't know how people smoke weed like cigarettes
all day.
Every time you see them, they're rolling another joint, and I'm like, dude. And it's not like this is 1970 when this is shitty weed. No, like this is fucking cooked up,
strong stuff.
Yeah, by the Russians, like fucking in a goddamn like it's crazy stuff.
Yeah,
and it is just all the time. I'm like, how are you not on the floor right now?
Yeah, that's by the way where I want to be. Is on the floor.
It's
like when I smoke, a lot of the times, and that's partly why I'm like, maybe this is a problem, is I always, or a lot of the times I'm like, let me see how far I can go. Let me see what I can do.
Dude.
And Mike Cannon has a great bit about that.
Mm-hmm.
And friend of the pod, probably not though. He's much better at comedy than both of us.
I don't think that I've definitely seen him go up. I don't know if I've ever met him.
Super
he doesn't
nice
know
dude.
who I am.
I can't imagine he knows who I am, but I'm a really big fan of his. And he has this great bit about like his dose for edibles is 100 milligrams, and how he just wants to like fall off the face of the earth and like see if he can come back from it. And that's exactly what I like to do. I don't do it to that extent, but I did like 25 the other night, and I was like, fucking cool.
Yeah,
this is a good time.
That's like. I think I don't know what but like Joey Diaz apparently just like does
200.
Yeah, just fucking an absolute monster.
Yeah.
But he's also he's also so much bigger, which like lets you be able to do that.
And he's built up an insane tolerance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But also it still fucks him up. Like
yeah.
It was like him and Segura talking about like he'll do hundreds and hundreds of he'll do like 1,000 milligrams. That's what it was like
on a plane
THC and then pop a bunch of Xanax so he's not paranoid.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
You have a child now, dude. This isn't the 80s.
That's awesome.
Dude, he's his Twitter, if you don't follow Joey Diaz, it's just so funny.
Should we buy Dangerfields from Craigslist?
Dude, that how much what were they asking for?
I don't know. I don't even know if it was for sale. It might have just been rent.
I think we could just get, like, what did it say, like old comedy club or whatever?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Dangerfields it used to be a really big deal in like the 80s. It was like they filmed a bunch of like new comedian sets there, and it was kind of a staple of the New York comedy scene for a while, but not anytime like recently, like since this big like comedy boom. It was kind of like falling by the wayside, and so it went out of business during COVID. And then one of our friends the other day sent into the group chat like a screenshot of like a listing. It didn't even call it Dangerfields. It just said like old comedy club space for rent or something.
Yeah.
And you could rent this place out. And so
I'm gonna see if I can find the listing. I would be terrible at doing the Googling on a podcast.
Dude, I don't know how Jamie does it so fast.
That's his whole thing.
I guess that's true.
Yep. Previous comedy club in the Upper East Side, vented kitchen, 2,200 square feet.
Which 2,200?
All uses considered. 2 restrooms on lower level. Comedy club available, furnished, soundproof, stage with piano, bar, great location. Which it's a fine location.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
62nd and First.
Yeah.
That's whatever look like. You're right near.
Can you see? Do they show any of the pictures of the place?
No.
Oh, dude, then you know it's a banger. Yeah. That's my favorite when you're looking
There's
for.
also like no price on it or anything.
Yeah.
It just says contact.
That's hilarious. Not Zillow, not Realtor.com.
No.
Not apartment, just
Craigslist.
Craigslist. But that's my favorite thing about looking for a new apartment is when like you go to a listing for an apartment and like the majority of the pictures are like of the area around the apartment.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is an active crime scene. Like there's
like, do you want to live in New York?
There's a body
Here's
in the
pictures of New York.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I'm...
Yeah, and it's like a super... It's like the fucking... There's just like a Getty image watermark in the corner. It's like, this isn't even this place.
Watermark? Yeah, that's great. I came dangerously close to renting a new apartment during COVID.
I came Dangerfieldlessly close to owning a new apartment.
Because I don't... My apartment's great.
I like your apartment.
Love my apartment.
Yeah.
But I was losing my fucking mind.
Oh, if I had to be
the
there...
lockdown phase. So, like, I was an hour too late to rent an apartment.
Oof.
And I'm so glad I was. Because, like, in the short term, I'd have been like, oh, I love this new apartment. Whatever, this is great. Sure, it cost me way too much more money. But I'm losing my mind. I need more space. I'm so glad I didn't.
I also think that wall of mirrors...
It's great.
But during the pandemic...
I would
have lost my mind.
Talking to myself.
I would have lost my mind.
At one point, I hallucinated.
Yeah.
I just was working out, and I was like, there's the man in the corner.
Ooh,
I
but it
swear
was
to God.
you.
It was a dude sitting on a milk crate.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. He seemed pretty
and then
chill.
he was like, hey, do you want to produce a podcast together?
It was Dan Lamort and Jack Byram's In the Aisle. It was a podcast that ran for like 10 episodes and then stopped.
Yeah, that's fun.
Um,
Do you have anything else? Because we've been going for like an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
God, time flies when you're in Sri Lanka.
Yeah. Just thank God you're not at LaGuardia right now.
Dude,
Can you imagine?
I really want to open a gay bar called LaGuardia now.
That would be awesome.
Be like, where are you going? I'm going to LaGuardia.
What?
You going somewhere? It's going to be a trip.
I'm more like I'm going in somewhere, if you know what I mean.
I gotta head into LaGuardia later.
Head.
And it'd be a good place for all these closeted cab drivers to come because they're like, oh, late night pickup at LaGuardia. Pick someone up at LaGuardia last night. They talked my ear off. And I was like, I just want to ride in silence.
No.
What do you think about that, Rooney? Cat loves my jokes, dude. Okay. Do you just have that ready?
No, they have these. These are the you want to go through these real quick? This is the bonus episode. So these are the. So this is number 1. Oh well, this is actually this is the theme song for my last podcast. This is like what we would play beforehand. Hold on, you ready for this shit?
Wow.
Isn't that pretty cool?
You and Sam still do a podcast together?
No.
No, that's a bummer.
But that was that one, and then let's see what else. There's people laughing.
There's one guy in there kind of just moaning. Though. He's like, oh.
Then there's this one.
Is that like that's like TJ walking around?
Yeah,
Okay.
fat TJ.
Yeah.
And then we got this. It's very spooky.
Sorry, are we doing a bad true crime podcast?
Yeah.
It's just unsolved mysteries.
Then this one is nice. Ooh, that's very nice. And then this last one is. Ooh.
I thought my joke deserved more than that.
I'm sorry. There's one more. There is one more. That was
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I should have got.
Yeah. I missed it.
Okay.
But yeah. This is gonna come out Friday. This Friday. Anything that you want to plug?
If
For
you're
Sri Lanka?
listening to this on Friday, being what day is it on Friday?
Fucking hell.
The 9th?
Today is some day. My phone is over there in my lap. I don't know what day
Today's
it is.
Tuesday.
Yep.
First of all, Switch Hitters Comedy
Mm-hmm.
at the Grizzly Pear Comedy Club every Friday and Thursday.
Yeah.
But mainly Friday.
Yeah.
At 6 p.m.
Cool.
Happy hour drinks, happy hour comedy.
Absolutely. Oh, Sam, we're almost done.
We're done.
It's okay.
Basically. It's fine.
Yeah.
No one's gonna listen.
Yeah.
So
It's true. So yeah, and then where to follow you?
At Graham Comedy on Instagram, and that's about it.
Nice. Yeah, as always, please rate, review, subscribe this bitch. And then I'm Matt Bowman Comedy on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Bat Moment on Twitter.
Yeah, you should have stayed Bat Moment on Instagram. I get it's harder to give out to people.
100%, and that's
but
the
it's
only.
more fun.
It is more fun, but it was too hard to.
I don't know. Rachel Williams killing it, and she's got Rachel Williams.
Yeah, but she's also an attractive woman, which is easier to do that.
Don't put yourself down like that.
You're right. I am an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Well, so, but yeah,
Get over
thanks
to
for.
LaGuardia.
Yeah, this episode's going to be called LaGuardia.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you next week. Stay bothered. Bye.
Bye.